Looking to impress your friends during your next backyard cookout? Then don't make these mistakes next time you're grilling up some burgers. Each burger type has specific requirements, which means that burgers should be placed in separate zones on the grill so their timing and doneness can be tracked individually. Lean beef burgers will cook differently than chicken or turkey burgers, and veggie or alternate meat patties have their own personalities when it comes to applying the right level of heat. This might sound like a no-brainer for a seasoned griller, but you'd be surprised just how many burgers out there end up raw or charred to a crisp. For your surest path to success, designate zones for each type of burger based on composition and ingredient type. With a gas grill, you should have a few burners that allow a variety of heat levels at once. Create high, medium, and low heat zones to ensure that your patties are exactly to your guests' specifications. Don't forget to use the warming rack if you have one. This lets you keep your finished patties warm without overcooking until you can get them to the table. Forget to put a layer of oil on your patties? You might be in a world of hurt when it's time to serve your burgers. When the composition is 90% lean and the meat meets the heat, the dryness of the patty can create a scorched, puck-like burger that sits on the platter until the party's over. The healthful aspect of eating burgers without a lot of fat is a noble pursuit, but your grill isn't so forgiving with the lack of material to work with. Control the fat content and the odds for successful grilling by brushing a bit of oil on the top and bottom of your lean patties. Using olive oil will let you incorporate a light, nutty layer of flavor that complements the meat, while creating a sheath between the meat and the hot metal without drying things out too much. If you notice a bit of drying mid-cook, you can brush on a little oil to keep things loose and easy. But be cautious. Oil hitting fire can be a real barbecue buzzkill, so go light and make sure it only touches the top of the patty. Be gentle with your flipping to prevent flare-ups. Some people close their grill's lid and hang with guests while the heat builds, thinking they'll come back to perfectly cooked burgers. Not likely. Your luck may hold and your patties could turn out exactly as intended, but more often than not, you'll see smoke rising before you realize you've forgotten something crucial to your burger-busting backyard cookout: the burgers themselves. Now, instead of juicy, succulent burgers, everyone will be eating bun sandwiches filled with iceberg, tomatoes, and disappointment. All you had to do was keep your eyes on the patties while they cooked. Nice going, chef.
Why do you want to eat this stuff anyway?
If you're the designated burger cooker, prepare to be on patrol from start to finish to ensure a proper and appetizing finish for every last patty. Don't press the flipper on the meat, don't flip too often, and don't forget to move them from higher to lower heat as they finish up. Setting a kitchen timer or a countdown on your phone or watch can help you track individual burger types, lest your attention be drawn away temporarily and you lose focus. As long as you get it back quickly, you'll be a smashing patty success. Fresh and frozen patties are obviously different, but it's easy to think tossing everything on the grill at the same time under the same heat will get it all to the finish line simultaneously. Even if the timer dings for both patty types at the same time, you'll end up with different levels of doneness, which may render some of your burgers inedible.
No offense, I ain't trying to park my Bentley next to your Toyota. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Oh, you just putting them right next to the frozen pan.
For best results, consult the frozen patty packaging to determine how long and how hot to cook each one. Frozen plant-based and alternative meat patties play by their own rules, so adhere to the instructions if you're not familiar with their game. If your patties are freshly formed and made by hand, keep an extra close watch as you apply heat to make sure you don't give the goods too much fire at first. A meat thermometer is always a must in order to serve up a safe burger when you're dealing with a variety of patty types. Vegetarians and vegans are all too familiar with the challenges that come with preparing food on the grill. Having a tasty selection of non-meat burgers at the ready makes for equal opportunity enjoyment. But the fun comes to a screeching, charbroiled halt when the plant-based patties share the same space on the grill as the meat ones. Not only does it cross-contaminate animal fat with animal-free patties, but they need to be cooked in different ways, as we already mentioned. Plopping them down side by side is a surefire way to ruin the good times. To avoid this flavor of barba confusion, designate a separate section for plant-based items away from meat to keep things clean and tidy. This may require a pre-cleaning to get the gunk from the last cookout off the grate, so give yourself a little time ahead to get your grill in shape. Your herbivore friends will thank you for your thoughtfulness.
Smash burgers have been all the rage lately, and many people now think the best way to make a burger is to press down on it in order to make it cook fast and get a deeper sear. That's not the best course of action, though. Pushing down on burgers, steak, chicken, or any other meat actually has some drawbacks and downright risky possibilities, such as causing grill flare-ups, and it could even potentially lead to a rather tasteless piece of meat. When you press down on a piece of meat, you're forcing out the fats and juices that should be fueling the cooking process. If you press on your burger, you will undoubtedly end up with a dried out, overdone piece of meat, and that's something no one wants for dinner no matter how they like their burger. If you want to properly make smash burgers, you're going to need some sort of flat grill top at the very least. There's nothing like the sound of sizzle when a burger goes onto a super hot grill. But it's about more than just sound. A hotter grill also leads to a better burger.
This is a tasty burger.
For a great grilling experience, you'll want to light the grill correctly and give that grill adequate time to heat up. Let your grill heat up for a while and make sure the temperature is getting extremely high. A good rule of thumb is that you shouldn't be able to hold your hand a few inches above the grill for more than a few seconds. If you're using charcoal, you want them to all be gray before you start cooking. Cooking on a grill that hasn't reached a good temperature can cause great damage, especially if you're using ground beef burger patties. Burger patties tend to stick to the grates of a low-heat grill, causing them to fall apart and dry out. The Maillard reaction, the chemical change that browns meat and creates the all-important crust, only happens at very high temperatures. Basically, unless your grill is hot enough, your beef patties won't sear. They'll just stick to your grill instead. This is probably one of the easier burger grilling mistakes to fix, so turn the heat up and wait just a little bit longer before grilling your next burger. Stop messing with the burgers when they're on the grill, or you're not going to like how the finished product looks or tastes in the end. Experts advise that you just place the burger on the grill and don't touch it. Chef and sommelier Laura Polly says, let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes depending on size and desired level of doneness, then flip only once to finish cooking, never pressing down on the burger. Your burger will come out much juicier this way, and this also goes for any other meat, including steak, pork chop, or chicken. It's difficult. We tend to want to check on things that are cooking to make sure nothing is going wrong. With burgers, however, patience is the best thing you can have when they're cooking. Just lay back a bit and you'll be the hero of the barbecue. It makes sense that seasoning a burger would be good to add to flavor, but you don't want to go too far too much in advance. The trick to creating that perfect balance of flavor in your burger is to buy high-quality meat and keep things simple with the seasoning. A burger is all about showcasing that big, meaty flavor, so don't skimp on the star. This doesn't mean you can't get crazy with the cheese or sauces and favorite toppings, but just keep the burger seasoning simple. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder should be more than enough to do the trick. There's a lot of reasons to try to stay healthy and eat lean, but while trying to buy a leaner, lower-fat burger, you might also be sacrificing flavor. It's all about balance, and a great grilled burger is not the time to worry about your calorie intake. Hormel contributor and New York-based caterer chef Vanessa Kontov says that 80-20 chuck is best, but any ground meat with a high fat count should more than do the trick for all your burger grilling needs. With that being said, there are definitely healthier burger options out there, including turkey burgers or even veggie burgers. But if you're going to go for a beef burger, go for a real burger, or be prepared for it to just not taste the same. Perhaps instead of going too lean with the burger, consider adding a side of veggies to the meal for balance. Then you don't have to sacrifice flavor. Everyone has seen a burger that is big when raw and looks like it's half the size when cooked. There's a reason for this. Depending on several factors, burgers can often lose about 30% of their volume as the fat melts during cooking. The amount of burger shrinkage depends on several factors, but those factors can include fat content, amount of moisture, and the temperature at which the meat is cooked. Try to keep this in mind when shaping your patty. You're going to want to build them a little bigger so they fit your buns after being cooked. Shaping burgers wide and flat is one of the easiest ways to avoid the hockey puck that we've all seen. Try to remember that you're making burgers, not meatloaf or meatballs. A great burger is going to taste the same from the first bite to the last bite, and that means that you need to keep the fat evenly distributed within the patty. If you're standing there constantly mixing and working the ground meat, you will melt and mash a lot of the fat, and there goes that even distribution. The result could be a pretty dry, drab, tasteless burger. And that's just a sad waste of chewing. Keeping that fat distributed also helps the burger to cook more evenly. Overworking can make your patties completely uneven, leaving you with a burger that's thick in some areas, thin in others, and too rare in spots but too well done in other spots, leading to a rather disappointing taste experience overall. People often take the burger straight from fridge to grill, but that's not the best way to go when making burgers. The sudden shift from cold to hot can cause the meat to seize up, leaving a lot to desire from your burger's texture. Cooking straight from the fridge to the grill also produces uneven cooking. This could mean a burger that is charred outside and raw inside. It can be tough to plan ahead, but many chefs recommend letting your meat sit to come to room temperature before grilling. This will allow you to get an evenly cooked final product with the perfect texture you're craving. You don't want to overcook those burgers and turn them into hockey pucks, but you also don't want a bloody mess if someone was hoping for a medium to medium well burger. It's important to use the proper cooking time, but first you have to know what the proper cooking time is. Grilling burgers should be considered to be much like grilling a ribeye steak. None of this smash burger stuff for the grill just to get the sear as quickly as possible. It's about putting in the time and patience. James Zamory, a chef at Carnal in Bellingham, Washington, says that cooking your patty slowly and allowing it to rest on the cool side of the grill is your best bet. People assume burgers are normally hot and fast, but the properly grilled burger should take about 30 minutes from start to finish. So save the smashed patties for the flat top.
Yeah, just another beautiful day in paradise.
Another common mistake people make with burgers is taking the burger directly from the grill onto the bun. We get it, you're hungry and it looks delicious, but that burger is not yet ready to be enjoyed. Like any grilled meat, burgers need to rest before they are served. This allows the juices to redistribute and helps make for a more balanced flavor that won't make as much of a mess when you bite into it. When you go directly from grill to bun and eat right away, you're allowing those juices to escape before they've redistributed throughout the meat. So let that burger rest. The taste will be well worth those extra few minutes of waiting. A recent survey found that nearly 75% of burger lovers top their burgers with cheese, and other toppings were also in the mix, ranging from pickles and lettuce to ketchup, tomatoes, onions, and mustard. Burgers are fun to build, and everyone has a personal mix of their favorite blend of toppings and fixings, but you don't want to go so far with toppings that you can't taste the burger.
One burger with 4 slices.
Sorry, we can't do that.
Just put 4 slices of cheese on a burger.
Mike Puma, founder of Gotham Burger Social Club, says that 2 toppings and a sauce should be the limit. You want to have a burger that is pretty, of course, but it's not like it'll even be easy to eat if you can't bite into it. Aim for a burger that will fit in your mouth and one that doesn't have so many toppings that you forget there's a burger inside there. All the extra toppings can overwhelm the meat. And isn't the meat the point of enjoying a burger?